It's super cool. I'm happy to see it. They're doing an amazing job this year. I think, BI got snubbed, but I think he's an all-star too, so it's super cool cover. I'll definitely buy one and have it at home. Hell yeah.
You talked about the cover and all-star Darko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He's an amazing coach. First of all, he's an amazing person, just seeing how he communicates with us, his family, his kid, it's just definitely something I'm trying to learn from. But on the court, he's amazing. I feel like he gets the best out of every player and kind of understands the mental part and, always helps everybody. So he deserves it. It's a big accomplishment. I'm definitely rooting for Team World now.
I know you've spoken about it a bunch, but how has his style really allowed you to be the best version of you?
Just allowing you to be you, and just not think too much. Just play hard. Gives you freedom to decide on the court, how you want to play. And the only thing he asks for you is every day to bring 110% of intensity, work hard, and just be coachable. But on the court, he just gives you that freedom, which is great for a player because it just makes you be you and it helps you. And also, he has a very unselfish style of basketball, so it's kind of good for the team.
Are you surprised there are more European coaches?
Very surprised, yeah. I think, there are a lot of great European coaches. But I think NBA is a different type of league, I think they're great in EuroLeague and they're more hands-on. I feel like it will be a little different here, and I feel like, all the coaches have their own kind of ego. It will be hard to bring some coach who screams a lot here and tell him to calm down, So I think it's good that they're in EuroLeague.
In what ways is Darko like an American coach, and in what way is Darko like a European coach?
That's what I'm saying. He can kind of turn it on and off. He can get super, super mad and kind of reminds me of that, European coach, Serbian coach I have in the national team. He just snaps like that too. So, that's the best thing. Just being able to do best of both worlds. Talk to you calmly and explain the situation, but at the same time, he won't let you mess up over and over again. Then he's gonna show emotions, and that's how it's time to lock in. You don't want to be that guy who you have to repeat multiple times, And that's good that he knows the balance, but he also kind of puts the pressure on you sometimes.
He's a coach who's become more invested in his players off the court and their families.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that important to players this day and age?
1,000,000%. I think our families matter so much. They're the source for us when we get off the court, just to talk to them and have comfort knowing that they're next to us. And I think just being with an organization who values that is, to me, very, very important. I think to all the guys, just knowing that if something happens to my mom, I can come in and see the team doctor and make sure she's good. And, that means a lot. And just also on break bread sometimes or something, just bringing them there and having around on Thanksgiving dinners and lunches and stuff like that is very, very important. So I'm grateful that they value family.
On a different note, what's it like this time of year for the players with the trade deadline?
You can't focus on that, we have games to play. I think that's the main focus right now, winning games and playing your part. And, it's out of your control what happens, so you can't really just focus on that. Just control on what you can is bring in every day 110% of your intensity, energy, and making sure you help the team.
Is it almost nice to have a back-to-back like this? You don't have an option.
As I say, I really don't focus on that. It's business at the end of the day, so you understand that something might go down and you might be part of it, but at the same time, as I said, I feel like you approach every day not your last day, but you approach every day with that mentality that you want to give it all, and then whatever happens tomorrow, that's out of your control. So you just enjoy the present moment and just go live with it.
What was your reaction?
He actually didn't tell us. He was trying to hide it. He was giving out everybody else's little awards and All-Star, Rising Stars, and Coach Jamal had to stop him and shout him out, and we all kind of cheered for him. So I think it's a really big accomplishment for him and a really big accomplishment for our team.
Is he the first European coach you've had?
Yes.
What's the difference between a European coach and an American coach?
I wouldn't say. I come from college. I've only had 3 coaches in my life. So him and Coach Samp are two totally different people. Coach Samp's just kind of like grumpy, mad all the time, but off the court he's happy. Darko's usually happy all the time. He's just intense as heck. So I think it's a really big difference, but they're both really good coaches.
Can you describe a moment of intensity for us that pops out in your mind?
I think everybody saw the video of him doing like the faces and stuff. That's him like 60 to 70% of the time. Like he's either yelling in a like really, really happy kind of voice, or he's giving you a bunch of faces and it's like, you know what I mean. So yeah.
Do you know what he means when he's making those eyes?
I did. Yeah, I was saying stuff and he was agreeing with me the whole time. He didn't have to say anything, so we're usually on the same page.
He does take a great interest in players away from the game as well. Is that important?
Say it one more time.
He cares about you guys as humans away from the basketball?
Yeah, I think, the summers that I've been a part of, these 2 past summers, have been really important to our team chemistry. I think everybody sees how close we are. That's not a coincidence. Darko is right there with us. He goes to dinner with us, goes to all of these events that we do, and he's not just sitting there looking around. He's interacting with us, talking, and, he's really, really close with us.
I know us asking about it doesn't help. I have to actually try to block it. It's one thing to say, but it's one thing to actually do.
I think me and RJ have talked about it a bunch. This is a business, and you go and do your job every day, and what happens, happens. I think you control what you can control, and what we can't control is coming in here, working, and just trying to get better every day. I think it's cool. I think that both of them are light-skinned and very, 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 very just... It's really funny because it's Scotty and B.I. I think everybody sees it as, oh yeah, the Toronto Raptors, 2 best guys. And it's funny because it's Scotty and B.I. Like, Scotty doing this with the ball and stuff, like, that's not him.
You're saying the acting stuff is really tough.
Yeah, he acted a little tough.
Darko, how did you find out that you were going to coach?
For a couple of days, we had conversations with NBA, and they were, discussing the best way how to have a coach for the world team, for All-Star, for a little bit different format. And obviously, it is amazing honor to represent Serbia, to represent Canada, to represent the whole world at the All-Star game, and really excited to get there, to get with guys, and to be part of that great spectacle.
How excited are you to coach Luka, Jokic, Shead? It's like a dream come true, basically.
You didn't hear anything after Jokic, Jamal?
All of those guys, obviously, like the best of the best, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see all of those international guys being on the same team. There's going to be like 3-4 guys that speak my language, so it's going to be pretty fun. Nikola Jokic, he's celebrating his birthday around that time as well, so we'll have a good time.
Coach, congratulations. And
Thank you.
You mentioned representing Serbia and representing internationally. You also
And Canada.
And Canada.
And Canada.
You're also representing, kind of the fraternity of international coaches. There haven't been a ton of those at the NBA level. They haven't done this format before. So how much does that mean to you for that group of coaches specifically?
For sure. I mean, I was a young coach in Serbia when Igor Kokoškov came kind of like first and coached for a year at the University of Missouri, then became an assistant coach in NBA for many different teams, and he's had a great career. Just watching him as a young coach, it was kind of like always a dream, being a part of NBA and then trying to make it to this level. And he kind of like opened up the door for a lot of international coaches coming this way. Obviously, Ettore Messina, he made a huge impact while he was with San Antonio and Coach Pop. Deki Milojevic with Golden State, Ogi with Denver Nuggets, Ivo with us over here. There is more and more international coaches. Thomas is head coach of Memphis. Tiago Splitter, a great honor seeing him being a coach of Portland. So there are more and more international coaches, and it's also good to see that some of NBA coaches, they had part of their career spent in Europe as well. I always think about Coach Quinn Snyder, who spent time with CSKA Moscow. Kenny Atkinson pretty much starting his coaching career in Europe and in France. So it is great to see where the NBA is going as a global game, and to have representatives from all over the world.
You guys haven't faced the Timberwolves in over a year and a unique scheduling kind of hiccup, but what kind of challenges does Ant present to your team?
Ant is one of the best guards in the league. It is a lot of fun watching him grow over the years. I really respect how competitive he is, how much he cares about the right things and winning and playing it on both ends of the floor. I think he's improving his overall game. His mid-range game is improving. He's representing three-level scorer, but also the guy that plays the right way. So it's going to be obviously very hard to slow him down, but we love challenges. We love to go play against the best teams.
We saw Yak doing some work over there. Anything new with his status? Same?
It's same. It's a part of the process. He's taking participation more in contact drills and in the practices. So he's trending into the right direction, but no more update on that.
Getting back to the All-Star Award, how has your coaching evolved in the 3 years you've been here?
A lot. Obviously, I had my mentors and coaches that I worked with and worked for in NBA that really, shaped my NBA philosophy as a coach. Growing up in Europe and then coaching Europe for 17 years before coming to NBA. Really shaped me as a coach in fundamental things, but now taking over as a head coach with Toronto Raptors and really understanding that I represent different NBA team, team that represents the whole country, team that it's in Canada. I think it's a great fit for me and the organization, and I'm really trying to maximize my own identity and to put my imprint on a team. Just in the style how we play on defense and being disruptive and being aggressive and offensively being a team that shares the ball and plays together. I'm just trying to put my imprint on a team as much as I can.
And how does that go? How has that changed from the last 3 years? You feel more comfortable doing it, or more receptive from them?
Yeah, but definitely more comfortable, because my year I tried to implement a lot of stuff that I learned from other coaches. And then after first year, me and my coaching staff, we sat down and we were like, what do we really want to do over here? What adjustments do we want to make? What out of the box things we want to do that, might not be, all the time being seen on NBA courts. So we're not afraid to take challenges. We're not afraid to try new things. And we're really blessed to have a group of players that are open to it and that allow us to coach them.
Speaking of that, this is the week of the trade deadline, and it's obviously on people's minds. When you disrupt a team that's got such great chemistry, what's the danger in messing it up? You guys have something good.
We have a good group of guys. We got the guys that are gelling and improving and getting better week by week. I told guys yesterday in our little chat, I told them, listen, we got to acknowledge that trade deadline is around the corner. I don't have information what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on until something goes down or doesn't go down. And I just wanted to acknowledge with players that I understand where we might be as a team and that might be on somebody's mind. But there is so little that we can control and there's so much that's out of our control. So we just got to focus on us, on getting better, coming to the gym and really putting a great work that we had today in the practice. And so we just got to continue controlling that.
And doesn't these guys all get along so well? Help you with that?
They get along really well, and some of those questions that you're asking me, they might be above my pay grade, but that's always like the case. Front office is always doing their job and doing due diligence of always trying to find a way to improve the team, and there are no guarantees. We might have a good chemistry right now, but there is no guarantees that 2 weeks from now with the same group of guys that chemistry might change. We always talk about culture. We always talk about importance of good team chemistry. I don't take that lightly. I don't take that for granted. So I'm constantly trying to work with our group of guys to constantly improve in that area.
Can you talk about getting more comfortable putting your own imprint stuff? Was it just getting a year under your belt? Was it when the wins started coming this year? Like, when would you say you started feeling more comfortable in kind of?
Really after first year, and just going into the summer and being able to analyze everything that we did, and some of the stuff that I the first year really I inherited a team that had different habits, and the stuff and the ideas that we brought in and we tried to do, they were not a great fit for that group of guys. And also at the same time we had a bunch of new young guys, young players that we wanted to develop. So going into rebuild and going into understanding that it's going to be a process just gave us all like encouragement that like let's do this the right way, from the basics, from like from the most simple things, how we need to guard the ball, hand activity, positioning on the floor. Like a lot of that stuff in NBA, it's like with more veteran teams, you just take those things for granted, and players are who they are, and you guys don't get to see a lot. But even Garrett Temple, who is 38 years old, he got better and he's getting better. And in every team practice and play groups, he's getting better. So we're really focusing 1 through 17, all the players that we have on our roster, to really every single day use that for player development. And that's our main approach. We're trying to maximize every single player that's under the roof with us.